Whispers from the depths. In the quaint, decaying village of Eldritch Hollow, where the sun seldom shed its light, there dwelled a peculiar structure known to the townsfolk as the Ainsworth mansion. It stood, a decaying testament to bygone grandeur, atop a desolate hill shrouded in an eternal mist. Its owner, Lord Alexander Ainsworth, had vanished many years ago under mysterious circumstances, leaving the mansion abandoned, or so it was believed. I, Edgar, a scholar fascinated by the arcane, arrived at Eldritch Hollow on a damp, dreary evening, with the mansion as my destination. My interests lay in the countless stories whispered in hushed tones by the locals. Tales of strange lights seen in the dead of night, of otherworldly screams that pierced the silence, and of shadows that moved with sinister intent. It was rumored that Lord Ainsworth had been meddling with powers far beyond human comprehension, seeking immortality or perhaps something even more dreadful. Armed with nothing but a lantern and my insatiable curiosity, I breached the threshold of the mansion. The air within was thick with dust and the decay of time. As I wandered through the forsaken halls, my footsteps echoed, a lonely testament to life amidst so much death. It wasn't long before I felt eyes upon me, unseen entities observing my every move with bated breath. In my scholarly arrogance, I continued, dismissing the creeping dread that gnawed at my sanity. It was in the mansion's vast library where I uncovered the truth. The room was untouched by the decay that had claimed the rest of the home. And there, amidst ancient tomes and forbidden texts, I found Lord Ainsworth's journal. The entries were the ravings of a man obsessed. He spoke of a hidden chamber beneath the mansion where he conducted unholy rituals, delving into the dark arts in his quest for eternal life. Yet, as his experiments grew more vile, so too did his mentions of a presence, an entity he had awakened that began influencing his thoughts, his desires, turning his noble quest into a nightmare of horror and madness. Realizing the gravity of my error, a chill of terror gripped my heart. I sought to flee, but found the library door would not budge. Then the whispers began, soft at first, like the rustling of leaves on a windless night, growing increasingly vehement and clear. They surrounded me, voices of the damned, of souls twisted and tormented by Ainsworth's experiments, imploring me, cursing me, beckoning me to join them in the depths. Panic seized me as shadows danced along the walls, coalescing into spectral forms that reached out with chilling intent. It was then that I understood the true horror of Ainsworth's fate. He had become a prison, a vessel for the entity he had summoned and all the souls it had devoured. And now, in my folly, I had become its next target. With a desperate surge of will, I hurled the journal into the fireplace. The flames, as if hungry for redemption, leaped higher, consuming the cursed writings. A wail of torment and rage filled the mansion as the shadows dissipated and the whispers fell silent. I staggered out of the room, the door now mysteriously ajar, and fled into the night, never once looking back. To this day, I am haunted by the memories of that night. Eldritch Hollow and the Ainsworth mansion stand as a solemn reminder of my encounter with the otherworldly. Some nights, when the wind howls just right, I still hear the whispers, calling me back, promising secrets and terrors beyond mortal understanding. But I shall never return, for I have glimpsed the abyss, and in its shadows I saw my own demise, lurking, waiting, eternal.